What's going on, people? Hope everybody's having a good day. Let me share this out to a couple places. Hope everybody's having an awesome day. Oh, pardon me. Still got that stupid cough. Bear with me a second. Okay. Excuse me. Sorry. Let's see. Mm-hmm. All right. Oh, working on a piece. Figured I'd chat with you guys for a little bit. Damn it, did I leave my damn little circle maker thing in there? I'm pretty sure I did. Ooh, I'm dropping shit now. So we got a lot that is dropping here soon. We're launching the Kickstarter on February the 14th for Psycho Sal Omnibus Collector's Edition that you guys have been asking for a long time. Super excited about that. I just realized something. My hand keeps blocking the light. I'm going to have to buy a lamp, I think, or something to where I can get a little bit better lighting. But yeah, I figure I'd chat with you guys for a little while I work on this. Yeah, see, I'm not getting good light right there. What do I need to do about that? Do I have enough space to put that little lamp? That's kind of crazy, having an overhead light and you're still kind of blocking your damn light. Shit. But yeah, we're going to be launching that next month on February the 14th. Which, you know, we showed you guys the cover for that, which is that one right there. And for those that may not know what that is, Omnibus is just a collector's edition of, you know, Cycle Style is 9 books. So it's a collector's edition of all 9 books in one book. So it'll have issues 1 through 9 in that book as one continuous story. You know, there'll be a softback version and a hardback version that we'll be doing of that project. So I'm super excited about that. We also have, what else? We also have Path of the Pale Rider that's going to be launching next month also. We already showed the cover for that. Let me see if I can find it again. I'll show you guys right here. We just did the cover announcement like yesterday, I believe. So hang on a second. Where is it? Yeah, there it is. In which I'll have 2 covers on that Kickstarter. So I'll have this relaunch. Oh, that's not the right one. Crap, did I not? I thought I updated that. Hang on one second. Dang it. Anyway, so this one we had to go back and fix something on it. This little mark right here on the knee, it just got overlooked. So it's fixed on the updated one. I think she just hasn't sent me the updated photo where he fixed it. Arturo did the colors on this one. So I've got 2 covers on this Kickstarter for Path of the Pale Rider number 8 launching next month. So I'll have a relaunch of issue number 2 that with my cover art on it. And then of course I have a cover for the actual issue number 8 Kickstarter. So super excited about that. What else do we got coming? I feel like there's some stuff I'm forgetting. We've got a lot that's going to be happening this year. If you're commenting, I'm not seeing it. So make sure you say hello or something so I know that chat is working. Because right now I don't see anything and I don't want anybody to think I'm ignoring them. I watched the trailer for the new He-Man movie this morning. I thought it looked good. I mean, visually, it looks really good. She said it's in the Google Drive. So, damn it. So, there. Oh, there it is. Okay, good. What's up, Chris? What's up, Cameron? It still didn't work. Why did? What? So it won't let me do it that way. Seriously? Oh my God. Oh well. I'll update it later. No, we're really not going to get slammed. I think it's going to be mostly North Mississippi. We're probably not going to get hit that hard here in Central Mississippi. It'll probably be more along the lines of you guys and Memphis and all the way across that central band. But no matter what, what's up, Patrick? No matter what, y'all be careful. Yeah, it's going to get nasty. So make damn sure you guys are ready. I'm still trying to figure out though something when it comes to that stuff. What is it with people grabbing milk and bread? Like I can kind of see bread, but why the hell are you grabbing milk? Like you should be grabbing, if you're worried about the weather and stuff like that, you should be grabbing, stuff that's super easy to cook. If you don't have access to a gas grill or gas stove, you need to be buying canned type foods that you can eat that all it requires is you opening it up and eating it. Like I'll never understand this whole craziness about milk and bread, especially damn milk. I get, like I said, I get the bread, but the milk is pointless. Why are you, if your power goes out, your milk is going to be the first thing in that fridge that goes bad. So I don't know. I don't get it. It's so damn silly to me. Most of it will be gone by Saturday, from what the models look like. Yeah, non-perishables is what you should be buying. I mean, don't get me wrong now, bread is so damn jacked up and shitty. I mean, it'll last you 2 weeks on your damn counter. That shows you how inaccurate bread is and how bad for you it is. Because it can sit on your counter for like, hell, a month without going bad. I mean, that should tell you a lot right there when it comes to bread. What's up, Michael? Yep, that's true too, but people aren't going to do that. People aren't even going to think about that, about that you could put the stuff out there in your snow to keep it cold. Most people won't that won't even dawn on them. Because yeah, that's technically what you could do. If your refrigerator goes bad, all you got to do is put the stuff in a damn cooler and set it out there on your back porch in the cold. That's all you got to do. Or dig, grab a bunch of that snow and put it in your cooler to help keep it cool. But like I said, most people don't think about stuff like that. It just is what it is. That's just the way the world is. Most people they just aren't thinking about stuff like that. Oh, nice, nice. Congrats, Michael. I'm just working on. I'm caught up on cover stuff, so I'm caught up on that. I'm taking a break from commissions because I had to get some cover stuff knocked out, but I've got to make time for these new print designs also. So I'm kind of working on that a little bit. I've got the Batman finished, which you guys saw that we did the cover reveal for that um, the other day. Beautiful, beautiful colors by Dave Kemp. So now I'm working on the Harley Quinn. I've got to get it finished so I can get it over to colors. I got the cover for Path of the Pale Rider #2 finished. You guys saw the cover reveal for that. So that is done. So now I'm working on the Harley Quinn piece. So trying to get it finished so I can get it scanned and sent over to colors. I've got the second cover for the next Path of the Pale Rider Kickstarter finished. The burlesque dancer. There'll be a naughty and nice version to that cover. So I've got that done. Just saw the colors for that. Arturo did the colors on that one. We just saw them. They look awesome. Both the naughty and nice covers. So I think you guys are going to love that. They're sexy. They're tasteful. They're the way they should be when it comes to topless covers. They're done to be, they're done to be, sexy and make sense. So it's a burlesque dancer style piece. So yeah, I think you guys are going to love that. And again, there will be a naughty and nice version to it. Sorry, I'm kind of squinting weird here. It's kind of hard to see what I'm doing because the light is there and my hand is blocking what I'm doing. So, but yeah, I've got to get new prints done for this year. So we're rotating Harley Quinn out to a new Harley. We are rotating out the Batman to a new Batman. And the Batman's freaking gorgeous. I went back to classic Batman, or not classic in the sense way back, just classic in the sense that it's the traditional blue and gray costume, which is my favorite costume. So super happy with that. But yeah, I got a couple commissions I got to finish. I'm just kind of getting to them when I feel like it, just because I don't want to rush them. Yeah, that's annoying. I'm gonna have to figure out some way to put a lamp or something on this side, because my hand's on this side and my hand's blocking the light. What's up, Jim? What's up, everybody? Yep, and the new Ghost Rider is done. So that one's done too. I don't know if I showed you guys. Let me see if I have it on my computer here. Excuse me. Damn. I am so over this stupid damn cough. Let me see if I have it. I don't know if I have it on my computer. Yeah, I don't think I do. Let me try. See if I can save it from that picture I sent. Dave. Oh, and just a heads up, guys, I will be at MegaCon Orlando this year. I'll be in Artist Alley, so I got my approval from them. I'll also be back in Denver this year for Fan Expo Denver. Where the hell? There it is. Let me see if I can save it from. Yeah, the Batman, Joe, though, it came out. It came out ridiculous. I love it so much. Hang on a second. Hang on. Get my damn keyboard over here. Hold on. All right, and then let me save the. I think I sent him a picture of the Ghost Rider. I mean, yeah. Now let me see if I can save. All right, there's that one. Why did it save the other one as a damn? What? Okay, that's weird. Interesting. Why did it do it that way? Hang on one second. That was weird. Why did it save it like that? It's so weird how some of this stuff will save just fine, no problem, and then some of it wants to act stupid when you try to save it. All right, let me see if this will work. Okay, there we go. So this, of course, is what the new Batman looks like. That's going to be on my print wall for shows. So that's what that's going to look like. And I'll have it on the website here soon also, of course. And I did have a couple people ask, the original pencils for that are already sold. Now I will have the original inks for it. Now the person who bought the original pencils for that piece, they will get first dibs to buy the original inks, because some people want that. So if they buy the original pencils, they want the original inks to go with it. So when they frame it, they have both pieces, and then they'll usually frame a colored version of the print also. So I will let them know that they get first dibs on that. I can't remember if I told them that the other day. But if they pass on it, then, you know, it'll go in my binder or my website, and you guys are welcome to grab the original inks, 11 by 17 that went to that print design. And then, of course, this is going to be the new Ghost Rider. And that is at colors right now. So Dave should have me those colors back somewhere around probably Monday or so. But yeah, that'll be the new Ghost Rider. I'm debating, because I'm already having people ask me if I'm going to do a metal version of this Batman and the Ghost Rider, because there's no doubt about it. These color palettes for a metal 11 by 17 metal version will be absolutely ridiculous color wise. So I might do a metal for them. I haven't made my mind up about that yet. But Denver, I'm not sure offhand. Let me see if I can see it on my Facebook page. Let me see. So Fan Expo Denver is May 28th through the 31st. So I will be at Fan Expo Denver. I'll be in Pro Row. What's up, V? What's up, everybody? Nice. Oh, yeah. I mean, I know who it is. I just don't ever name drop who buys stuff. You know, because some people don't want people knowing what they bought, and some people are okay with people knowing. So I just don't ever name drop who bought stuff. But yeah, Jim, Jim was the person who bought the original pencils to the Batman piece. And Jim, if I didn't mention that the other day, now you do have first dibs to buy the black and white 11 by 17 inks that goes with that piece if you want them. You do not have to buy them, obviously. But definitely let me know that, because now that the print is posted and people know about it, you know, I'm going to get people asking about the 11 by 17 inks, since the pencils have already sold. But like I said, it's not you don't have to buy it, but you do get first dibs as the person who bought the pencils. Some people want it all to frame, and some people just want the pencils, and some people just want the inks. So obviously it just depends on the person. Yeah, Denver's a good show. If any of you live in Denver or near Fan Expo Denver, you definitely should be checking it out. It is a good show. They have a great variety of vendors and guests, and Pro Row is usually really good. Hey, what's up, Jason? Yeah, that's what we were just talking about. I don't know yet. I'm thinking about it, but I have not made my mind up. People are already asking, you know, if I'm going to do a metal version of that and the Ghost Rider. And there's no doubt about it, those two particular pieces as a metal would look absolutely incredible. There's no doubt. The color palettes on those two pieces lend to metals extremely well, especially the Ghost Rider. But that Batman with the blues and the white lightning, etc., yeah, it'll be ridiculous. Yeah, nobody's see, I don't even remember if I posted the Ghost Rider pencils yet. So yeah, I can't remember. I honestly cannot remember if I've shown that already. And of course, I'm working on the new Harley Quinn print design now. Excuse me. But yeah, we got a lot coming. We've got the Psycho Style Omnibus. Of course, that's the cover for that one. We've got the new Path of the Pale Rider coming. I've got 2 covers on that next Kickstarter that launches next month. I've got a relaunch cover for issue number 2. And then I have the regular cover for issue number 8. And that cover will be 2 versions, a naughty and a nice cover. So you guys will be able to get that. And she'll also have the Angry Path bundle on there too. That is a collection of all 8 Path of the Pale Rider books with cover art by me. Because as you know, when I first came on to Path of the Pale Rider, I came on at issue number 3. So there was already 1 and 2 had already been long gone. So we wanted to go back and give my fans, the opportunity to have me on all the covers. So last Kickstarter, I did a cover for issue number 7, but I also did a cover for issue number 1 relaunch. And then on this one, I'm doing a cover for issue number 8 and then relaunch of issue number 2. Yeah, I can't remember if I posted the Ghost Rider pencils or not, but regardless, that's what they look like. That right there. So I think this one's going to be insane. Dave Kemp's doing the colors, who also did the colors on my Batman. So I'm super excited about that. Also, if you guys haven't done it, guys, let's go fill the raffle up. You guys asked me to raffle published artwork, and I just gave you a badass combo. Ignore that dent right there on the right hand side. They sent me a replacement portfolio display case, so I've got a one that's not dented. That one got hurt in shipping, so ignore that because I'm going to swap these out. But this is an actual display case that Comic Capsule created. That holds 11x17 original art. It holds a copy of the book that art is pertaining to. Like, that's not a print. That's the actual copy of the book. So this is my Psycho Style #1 New York Comic-Con exclusive for 2024. And this book that's in here isn't a regular book. It's one of the foils. It's number, I think, 14 out of 30 in the world. And it does come with my COA and everything. But yeah, that raffle is active right now and it's almost full. Go help me out. Go grab a spot. I think it's $20 spots for a damn, almost $900 prize. And I think it has a second place winner on it too. But yeah, go grab a spot in that raffle. Let's get it done. Like I said, you guys asked me to do these raffles for original artwork. So go grab a spot on the raffle. Hey, what's up, Juan? Not too much, man. Not too much. Working on a Harley Quinn design for a new print and just kind of hanging out and chatting with you guys. Let's do a quick giveaway though, while I got some of you in here. Where's my damn? Well, guess I'll have to use one of these smaller sticky note thingies. So let's do a giveaway. If you have shared out my content this year, or bought something from me at a con this year, or off my website or Kickstarter, if you've done anything to support what I do already, you're eligible for this giveaway. So let's give away a signed copy of my Darkness #1 artist exclusive I did for Image Comics. Let me sign it real quick. All you got to do is pay the shipping. So you pay the little $10 shipping, you get a $30 signed exclusive if you win it. I think that's reasonable, you know? So let me sign it. And this is Darkness #1. Like I said, the new exclusive I just did for Image Comics. So let's do a giveaway. Like I said, if you shared out my content already this year, whether it's a Kickstarter, whether it's my website, whether it's an appearance of me being at a show, or whether it's sharing out anything I've posted on my page, or if you bought something from me, or whether it's on the website or at my table at a show this year, or ordered a commission from the sale event that was going the other day, whatever. If you've partaked in something to do with my business so far this year, you're eligible for this giveaway. You just pay the $10 shipping for a $30 signed exclusive. Psycho Sound #9 is at print. Where one part of the printing is being done at one print shop for the regular books and the foils. The other part of the order is being printed at another print shop for the metals, the embossed, the one-of-ones, etc. So we're just waiting our turn in the queue. So as soon as I know when they're shipping, I'll make an announcement and I'll send out an email on the Kickstarter for sure. I tell you what, like I said, if you've partaked in something I've done this year, again, like I told you guys on that video at the end of 2025, we're doing something different with my giveaways from this point forward, whether it's signed exclusives, whether it's original art, whatever it is I'm giving away. You're eligible for the giveaways. All you got to do is either share my content, buy my content. I mean, that's all you got to do. If you can't buy something, share something. It's that simple. And we are on the trust, bandwagon here. So you're welcome to enter the giveaway. If I look at your page and I don't see shit of mine shared, or I don't know that you bought something, you're not eligible. Sorry, guys. I'm not doing any more free shit for the sake of free shit and people shit on me, while they throw it on eBay or whatnot or some shit like that. You know what I'm saying? So again, if you supported the last Kickstarter, sorry. So if you supported the last Kickstarter, if you shared out my content, or you've ordered commissions, or you've done anything that has to do with my business, you're good. Thank you, man. Yeah, I actually have a statue up for raffle right now on my page too. One of my Batman statues out of my personal collection. It's the Sideshow Premium Format Batman statue. It's got like 2 changeable heads, 2 changeable hands. That damn thing is 25 inches tall. It's 1/4 scale. Weighs 30 damn pounds. That raffle's on my page right now. That's $900 with shipping. So go grab a spot on that raffle, guys. Damn good entry fee and damn good odds. Damn good odds on that statue. Yeah, I can't do it anymore. I've done that for 8 years, man. Took 2-year break, so 5 years or 6 years worth of giveaways, and I've gotten screwed too many times. Too many people show up just when it's free shit time, and they're never around for anything else. They weren't sharing my content, they weren't buying my content, they weren't doing anything. So I made some new changes for 2026. It's all on a video posted on my page. You're welcome to watch it. It talks about all kinds of stuff that's being changed. And one of those things is how I do giveaways from this point forward. And that is honoring and, giving back to the people that give to me, and again, you don't got to buy shit. You can just share content. I'm fine with that. Got the card on comment yesterday. Awesome. Thank you, Chris. Glad you liked it, man. Yeah, I wish more people ordered Carnage, but it hardly ever happens. Oh yeah, it's a beautiful statue. The only reason I'm getting rid of it I have too many Batman statues. Batman's my favorite character. DC's my favorite brand for the most part. And I have way too many Batman statues. I mean, I have too many Batman statues, not just DC, too many Batman. So, because that's a Batman statue still in the box. So, and there's 1, 2, 3, as far as 1/4 and 1/3 scales, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I've got like 6 Batman statues, so I got too many. So I got to start being a little bit more picky about what I have because I have such limited space. So yeah, go check out that raffle. You can't beat the odds on it. I mean, it's damn good odds for a $900 prize. Yeah, well, order one, Patrick. Yeah, I agree. I do agree with that. People need to order more Predators, more Xenomorphs. Like I love the dark and creepy. So you guys need to order some darkness commissions. I bought like 10 darkness blanks. Nobody's ordered darkness blanks. That's a great character. It's a great character concept and story. It's a great character visually. But yeah, there's a lot of great characters out there that we hardly ever get asked to draw. But anyway, so if you fit that, what I said about if you shared my content, if you purchased my content, if you've done anything to help me, you're free to do this giveaway. You just pay the $10 shipping, you get the $30 exclusive. Excuse me. Pick a number. Pick a number between 1 and 30. And only pick one number, guys. If somebody else picks a number you already picked, don't worry about it. If you match with somebody, we will do a roll off, but don't pick more than one number. Okay. That's why it's easier to keep up with. No, you're okay, Patrick. That's why you got to take advantage of the website, Patrick. For those that don't know, you can order commissions off my website at www.artwilliamrussell.com. The website on checkout has Klarna. It has Afterpay. It has Shop Pay in 4, etc., etc. So you can order commissions on my website and make payment plans and pay your payment every 2 weeks. Hell, I think Klarna allows you to do it. You can do like a 6-month and a 12-month payment plan. They're great tools. I love Afterpay. I love Klarna. So go check that out. Yeah, like I said, man, take advantage because most artists do not do that. Most artists do not have Afterpay and Klarna on their website. So take advantage of that. Because if you order a $200 commission, and you do the Pay in 4 on Klarna or Afterpay or Shop Pay in 4 or PayPal Pay in 4, etc., any of those, you're paying $50 every 2 weeks. I mean, that's stupidly affordable, So they take whatever your total is, they split it into 4 payments, and you pay that payment every 2 weeks. You can't beat that. That makes that scenario affordable for everyone. So go check out the original art, published art. Go check out the exclusives. Go check out the commission list on there. Take advantage of the fact that there's a payment plan option. A lot of you guys will still order stuff from me and, message me direct, pay full price right then, which don't get me wrong, I'm fine with that. But I'm like, go to the website. Take advantage of the payment plans, man. So it doesn't hit your pocketbook all at once. All right. So my number I picked was number 13. Hopefully that's not backwards. If it is, I apologize, but that is 13. I just noticed something. When I look at it in my camera, it's backwards, but you should know that's 13. Let's see who got closest to 13. Looks like Cameron did. Is that it, Cameron? Yep, there you go, Cameron. Yeah, 12. Yep, there you go, Cameron. That is you. Just send $10 to my PayPal and I'll put it in the mail for you. Yeah, so I mean, again, I'm not trying to upset anybody, but I had to change the way I was doing giveaways. Too many people were showing up when they saw a giveaway on a post, or most people know a lot of times when I went live, I was doing usually some type of giveaway in most cases. So they knew showing up, their odds were good, and then they would leave if nothing was being given away. And then I was finding out that the items they won was going on Whatnot and was going on eBay, and they weren't even doing me the decency of when they got the books in the mail of making a post and saying, hey guys, check out what I won on William's live show. Make sure you guys go follow him. Like they weren't even doing that. So no credit given whatsoever while they're getting $30 exclusives and they're getting $180 free head sketches and shit like that. So I had to change it. So I'm sorry if that upsets anybody, but like I said, it's not hard to be in my giveaways because you don't necessarily have to spend money. Like I don't create a catch-22 in the sense of, oh, you got to go buy something and then I'll put your name in a giveaway. Like I've never done that. It's always just been legit, pure giveaways. And all you had to do was show up and hang out. And of course, people screwed that shit. Because I'm not doing giveaways for other people to make money off of. Now, if you win something in one of my raffles, you can do whatever the hell you want to with that because you paid for a spot in the raffle. But you should never try to flip stuff that you won in someone's giveaway. Put that shit in your damn collection and leave it there, or either give it to someone else if you actually don't want it. Never, ever, ever try to make money off something that somebody gave you, whether you want it or not. You know what I mean? Like if you have zero interest in it, that's totally okay. Just do not sell it. That's so disrespectful. And if you win something from somebody, you should make a post when you get that item in the mail, bragging about it, letting people know where you got it from. I'm just saying. Now, again, if you buy something from me, you can do whatever you want to with it. I don't even care what you sell it for. Because most of the time when I sell stuff, it's cheaper than what it should be priced for anyway. So there is room on the bone for anybody to make money off of what I do. And I don't have a problem with that. You'll never see me fussing at you about it or anything like that. Same thing goes with, again, for like raffle wins. You're welcome to do whatever you want to with that. You paid for a damn spot. You won it. You can flip it if you want to. I don't have a problem with that. But yeah, if anybody gives you something, though, don't flip it. Give it to somebody else if you don't want it. Now, if you're someone, now I have said this and I stand by it. If you're someone, because a lot of you guys take part in my raffles a lot. Now, if you're someone who is constantly buying product from me, you're getting commissions, you're supporting Kickstarters, you're supporting exclusives that I do for other people or myself. You're jumping in on raffles. If you win something from me in a giveaway, you can flip that sucker all you want because you've earned it. You know what I'm saying? But, like I said, these people I'm referring to, they were people that they weren't buying stuff. They weren't sharing. They weren't promoting. They were not doing shit. And they would show up to win stuff. And then I'd find out it was on, their fucking Whatnot channel or it was on their eBay page or some shit like that. So that's what I kind of had to put a stop to. But now, no, like you guys who are constantly supporting me, you guys are constantly buying stuff. You guys are constantly, back in the Kickstarters. You win stuff, dude, flip it all you want. I got no problem. Yeah, there you go. That's another great thing to do it. Most of us who partake in this industry, as a collector or seller or creator, we all know somebody that also is in this industry. So the stuff you win, makes great gifts for sure. They make great gifts. For sure. But no, 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 no. I don't want you guys getting confused on me there. If you partake in the stuff I do, you can do whatever you want to with the stuff you win. I have zero, zero, zero problems with that. Yeah, zero, zero problems with that. Knock yourself out. But that other, I had to put a stop to that. Sorry. I can't be doing that for people that don't help out in some way. So I just wanted to clarify that. I don't want anybody freaking out on me. Nope, nope, nope. If you're spending money, you can do whatever you want to with any damn thing you win from me. I think that works. Yep, that's right. Yeah, Darkness had a video game. Yeah, I had to, Jim. Like I've never been fond. You guys have heard me talk about it. I've never been fond of giveaways having a catch-22. Oh, hey guys, I'm going to do giveaways this month. All you got to do is go buy something off my website and you'll get entered in it to a chance to win this or that. I learned why people do it that way. I totally get it now. I understand it. But I cannot blame people at all for that. Totally understand that shit now. It blew my mind how people abuse that. Even though I get it though, I'm still not super fond of it. I'm just not fond of catch-22s on supporting stuff. But again, I definitely get it. Because this is the way I've kind of started looking at it is, sharing doesn't cost anybody anything. You know what I mean? Sharing is, 20 seconds out of your day. And Lord knows, like, I do so much promoting, whether it's my own products or other people's products that I'm a part of, or even some that I'm not a part of. I do so much promoting of others and things that they can't nobody sit back and go, oh, well, I would have done it, but I never saw anything of yours I could share. Yeah. Like that's not an accurate, statement. There's always something of mine that people can share. Again, whether it's products I'm a part of, projects I'm a part of, or events I'm going to. There's always something. There's always something on my page. Is my point that you could be that people can be sharing and helping promote. Because I don't care what it is, it doesn't matter to me at all. As long as it's something on my page, you know, I'm cool with it. It doesn't matter to me by much about what item you might be, sharing. And and at the end of the day, I don't think it's too much to ask, you know. Um, I truly don't. That's what we should be kind of doing anyway, is sharing and promoting people because we're on their friends list and we benefit from them at some point or another. Uh, you know, so I don't think it's unreasonable. But yes, for somebody that asked earlier, I did see the He-Man video trailer. I liked it. Now don't get me wrong. Like, one of the main complaints I heard some people having, and I completely agree with said complaint, um, is I'm sick of I don't want, I hope his stint on Earth in the movie is very quick, because I don't give two shits about him being on Earth. You know what I'm saying? uh I don't give a shit about that story. I don't, it's the same way with Spider-Man. I don't want to see, I'm so burnt out on origin stories and high school and shit. Like, I don't want to see none of that. So I'm hoping the Earth stint is very, very quick. Because that was the one thing about the Lundgren movie, that I didn't care for. I don't want to see Earth. I don't watch these movies. I don't want to watch fantasy movies to see Earth. I know that might sound a bit silly, but I don't. I don't give two shits about it. So I'm hoping that's quick. But now, overall, visually, I think it looks really good, especially Skeletor. Holy shit! I'm super stoked about it for sure. So I hope you guys are too. We went last night and looked at the other venue that we were pondering on using for our wedding. And I think that's the one we're going to go with. It'll still fit the aesthetic that we want, but it's about an hour and a half closer to every aspect of what we're doing. So it is closer. Beautiful venue. I mean, it's absolutely gorgeous. And for some of you that have asked, yes, we will actually be doing invites for people that want to come to the wedding. Some of you were asking if fans could come, and you certainly can. All right, have a good one, Patrick. Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's true too. That's another thing too. Like, nobody's going to beat my mystery boxes. That's just not happening. And I try to do those in a sense of, they're good enough um, that you can keep what you want to out of those boxes and sell the rest or give the rest away. That's another one of those scenarios that it's up to you guys. Um, I watched. I think I watched the trailer for the Do Not Mall. To be fair, um, I'm not really into the animated dark Star Wars related things. Um, I think I have tried. I think I've tried to watch like Clone Wars and stuff like 4 different times, and I'll make it to about the second season or so, and I'm like, okay, I'm done. It's just not my thing, which is kind of odd because I like animated movies. I've watched probably every damn comic related, DC, Marvel, etc. That's been out, and I enjoy them, but for some reason I just can't see. Now, to be fair to those shows, people have told me that you got to get past on especially on Clone Wars, you got to get past the first like uh 3 or 4 seasons before it really starts getting good. That's what I've been told. That you really got to get past those first few seasons, but I haven't done that. Oh, badge passes. That might be kind of cool. Um, but yeah, we're so for those that may not know, we're doing a special type of wedding for ours. It's going to be a Victorian style wedding that is also a masquerade ball. So it'll be, clothing specific. Here soon we'll be doing a website that will show those that are attending, samples of the clothing and what they kind of should be wearing. And of course we'll show them websites where they can get those outfits from, to try to make it easier for people, and affordable. So we'll do a lot of the legwork for anybody attending. We'll show you, the type of dress code that you need to be aiming for, where you can get those outfits, etc. Did I just break my damn pencil? Hell yeah. Damn it. That's all right. So, but yeah, it'll be a Victorian style wedding, um, masquerade ball. So it'll be a lot of fun. I think people are going to have a blast with it. But yeah, super excited about that. I told, me and Andrea talked about it, and we were like, if we're going to do this, we're going to go big, over the top, and make it ridiculously cool. Because when was the last damn time let's be honest, the majority of weddings, whether it's a $1,000 wedding or whether it's a $50,000 wedding, they're kind of all the same. They really are. Yes, some of them are a bit more extravagant than others, but at the core of that wedding is pretty much the same. So when's the last time you even saw a masquerade ball? Especially one set in a Victorian type era, with the attire and the decor and everything. So yeah, this wedding's not going to be cheap for us, because we're doing something that's, that kind of gives everyone else, an experience. Because most weddings, let's be honest, they're kind of just about the bride and groom, and mostly about the bride, and it is to put on a show, but it's that's about the extent of how it includes the masses, the people that are at the event. You know what I'm saying? So we wanted to do something that would give people this holy shit experience, and really, really take everybody out of the world that's happening today. You know what I mean? If that makes sense. Um, so yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. 28 years later, Bone Temple was good. I haven't watched that new 28 Days, which is kind of weird because I'm a big horror fan and I've seen the others. I don't know what the deal is here lately. There's been a lot of things that have come out that, man, I just had zero interest in going to see. And a lot of that has to do with, over the last 4 or 5 years, a lot of movies have been shit. A lot of TV shows have been shit. Let's just be blunt and honest about it. So it's kind of made me not want to go to the damn movies because, shit, movies aren't cheap. Let's be honest about that too. Movies are ridiculously priced these days, in my opinion. And then to get there and then, the movie be trash, or the experience be trash because people can't shut the fuck up in a movie theater. And I'm one of those people that I will tell you real damn quick in a movie theater that you can shut up, or, get a serious case of lockjaw. Or you're on your damn phone and I tell you got a choice, put the phone up or you can wear it in your ass. So I'll get myself in trouble because I cannot stand that bullshit. So that's another reason I kind of avoid the theater now, because it's gotten too carried away, but so I've kind of avoided it, but I don't know. But a good bit of it though is there's just not been really anything that good that's made me want to go to the theater. I did watch the new Frankenstein. That is very good in my opinion, especially if you're a fan of the book. It is a bit more loyal to the book. For Mary Shelley's Frankenstein. If you have not watched that, seriously, you really need to check out the new Frankenstein. It's so incredible. Absolutely incredible. That movie is so damn good. That kid that played the monster, holy hell. He did such an incredible job. Oh my God, such an incredible job. So definitely do yourself a favor. If you have not seen that, go check that out. I'll tell you another show that I just kind of watched while I was working, because that's usually what I do. I'll turn something on and I'll kind of listen to it and watch it while I'm working on stuff. That new, which is kind of funny because I remember growing up, that was a show that I watched a lot of times with my grandmother. You remember the old ER that had Noah Wild in it, or whatever his name is? He's in a new, ER show called The Pit. And I just wrapped up watching the last week. I wrapped up watching the first season of that, and then like the first 2 episodes of the second season. And it's pretty cool because the whole first season, which is hour-long episodes, and I think it's like 10 episodes or some shit like that. But anyway, whatever it is, it takes place in the same 12-hour shift of one day, like one day. So if you like those kind of ER type shows, check out The Pit. I think they did really good on it. And like I said, I was first exposed to that type of stuff with ER back in the 90s or whenever it was. And that Noah kid, well, back then as a kid, that was like one of his first TV things, or and he did a good job on that. And then this show here is pretty good. I was trying to think if there's anything I haven't went back and finished watching Tulsa King. I think I made it through the first and maybe second season of that. I watched the first season of Landman. I don't think I've watched the second season yet. I like that show. I thought that was pretty good. And especially since I spend so much time in Texas for shows. I do a lot of shows in Texas, and seeing, these areas on this show that I've been to plenty of times is kind of cool, including like that restaurant that's in the first season. I've been to that restaurant a couple times. So that's kind of cool, but that's a pretty good show. Let's see. Of course, I enjoyed Yellowstone, for what it was. I watched that. I'm sure there's something I'm forgetting. I can never think of this stuff when I put myself on the spot. I was trying to think of some other movies and shows, but damn sure check out that Frankenstein. That floored me. Absolutely floored me. Let's do another giveaway real quick. Cameron, you skipped this one since you won the last one. Let's do a giveaway. Same rules. I'll have you pick a number. Let's give away one of my other exclusives for Image Comics, my Feral number 10. Let's give that one away, another $30 exclusive. Let me sign it. And a heads up, if you want a remark on one of these books, let me know, because you just saved $30. My remarks for a painted remark is, $50. So you can get a remark on one of them if you want one. You already got the free signature, you got the free exclusive. So, you might as well, if you want one. This is a great chance for you to get one of those types things without breaking the bank. Because normally one of these books with a remark, it's $80 plus shipping. So pretty damn good savings right now if you want a remark. Especially the way I do remarks, they're technically fully painted little headshots. They're not those little quick, Sharpie or paint marker line drawings. Let's see. Pick a number. Pick a number between 1 and 50. 1 and 50. I got my number already picked. So pick a number between 1 and 50. And like I said, if you want, if you want a remark on it, just let me know. Both of these books do really well for remarks, especially the darkness, because whether you're doing him or whether you're doing one of his little goblins, those are cool looking remarks. But of course, these are great remarks too if you're into cats. There's some cool characters in this book. But yeah, pick a number between 1 and 50. All right. Got her just about where I want her. I need to draw her her little fuzzy balls from her costume. Then I need to start working on the hammer. And then I got to do the blacks, of course, shading all the blacks on the costume, and then she'll be done. And the original pencils for the Harley Quinn will be up for grabs too, of course. Two people? There's like 5 of you guys in here. Is that all we got? Is 2 people? Really? All right, I'm going to give it just a couple more seconds. Where is everybody lately? Have y'all noticed that? Like I've noticed over the last like 6 months or so, not many people show up in live videos anymore. And I'm not talking about just mine. I mean, like when I jump in other people's live videos, there's hardly anybody in their channels. I don't know, man. It's kind of weird. I'm sure some of it's Facebook algorithm. They have no clue you're live. What am I holding off on? No. We're going to do the giveaway. If 2 people, it's 2 people. It's fine with me. Doesn't matter to me. It's just we got like 6 people in here and only 2 people are spit. Well, take away Cameron, so that leaves 5 people. We got 5 people, so there's like 3 people that aren't saying anything. Or if they're saying something, I'm not seeing their chat. So if you're talking in here and I'm not acknowledging you, it's because I'm not seeing your comments. So just a head up, I'm not ignoring anybody. The only people I see talking is Jim, Chris, Cameron, and that's it as far as this very moment. But there's like 6 people in the chat. All right. Okay. So the number I picked was 32. Hopefully you can read that. 32. Sorry if it's backwards. Why is it backwards though? It's not backward. Is it backwards to you guys? Hey, what's up, Danny? Is it showing backwards to you guys? It's just how it's showing on my screen, because it should be showing correct to you guys. So it's 32. So Mr. Jim. All right, Mr. Jim. Okay, good. It's not backwards. Okay, good. All right, there you go, Jim. Oh, awesome. I'm trying to debate. Okay, awesome. Thank you. I'm wondering if, oh man, do I want to do? Yeah, that's no problem, Jim. Let me write that down. Now, Jim, on yours, because I got to ship you the Batman, you don't need to send me shipping on this. I'll put it in the box with your Batman original pencils. So it'll go in the box with this. And yours probably won't go in the mail. Well, it won't go in the mail now until Monday since we're doing a remark, but it wasn't going in the mail till Monday anyway, because I had to wait on some larger boxes for 11 by 17s, because I don't ship this stuff rolled up. Do you have a specific cat out of the story you want me to do, Jim, or do you want me to just pick one I think looks cool? Now on this, Jim, my PayPal, just send the $50 to my PayPal and let me know in Messenger when you do, and I'll knock that out for you. I got to start on Sammy's commissions here soon. I got to get Cameron's commission knocked out for the Megatron piece. Oh, that reminded me. Yeah, 50, Jim. That reminded me, Cameron, I got to dig through my books, because I could have sworn I had some Transformer blanks, and when I was in there looking the other day, I can't find them. So I'm going to re-look through my blank box to make sure they haven't gotten moved into another box. I may have to order a Transformer blank, but I'm pretty sure there's some in there. I just got to figure out which damn box I stuck them in. But I'll get on yours here soon. The only drawback to Transformers, you got to kind of be in the mindset for that stuff a little bit, not tremendously, but you, in my opinion, it's the same. It's kind of like with portraits. When you're doing real life portrait pieces of people, you don't really want to jump into doing a real life portrait unless you're kind of in that mindset for it. It's kind of the same way with the robotic stuff, especially Transformers or Robotech or any of that. You kind of have to be in the mindset for it a little bit. So sometimes they can take a little bit longer. And if you're tired, like one thing I've learned over the years, if you're tired and sick, you don't try to draw robots. If you're tired and you're sick, you damn sure don't try to do portraits of people. Yeah, that's a losing damn battle. I don't know. I mean, I know why, because it's a very precise project. And it's also a project you don't draw every day. Now, if you're someone that, let's say you work on Transformers, or you're known for Transformers, like you've drawn them a lot for a book or something, and you're known for it, it's not that bad in that scenario. But if you're someone that draws a Transformer once a year, you don't want to rush it, and you don't want to do it while you're sick or you're exhausted. It's not going to turn out well. I've had several times where over the years where I have been asked to do a portrait or do Transformer related stuff, and I'd end up throwing it in the garbage. So yeah, I knew it was no rush or anything like that. I knew that. So I appreciate that, by the way. And always keep that in mind, guys. If you ever order portraits, real life pieces of actors or whomever, or you order, very detail heavy robotic stuff, Transformers, Robotech, et cetera, from artists that don't draw that on a regular basis, keep that in mind. They might take a little longer to draw those things, depending on what's going on. Because you don't want to spend, you don't want to spend 2 or 3 hours working on a full body piece and it goes to shit because there's no, once you start that erasing shit, you end up ruining a blank. Now, some people, and it's not a bad idea, some people, when they're doing portraits or they're doing robotic type stuff, Terminator, Transformers, et cetera, they'll draw it on regular paper. And then they'll take, once they work that all out and get it the way they want it, they'll light box it onto the blank. And there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, that's a smart way to do it. Me personally, I need to start doing it that damn way. I just always jump straight onto the blank, and knock on wood, I haven't had really any issues where it went south too often. But I have had moments where I have thrown a couple in the garbage over the years because it just wasn't living up to what I wanted to do, and it was just a constant fight. Portraits are the ones where you'll run into that the most, which is why most artists, the majority, and I shit you not when I say the majority of comic artists won't do portraits of real life people because it is extremely time consuming, and if you screw up, you just wasted a shitload of time, and it don't take much to screw up. And it is a bit more involved. Like I said, it is a bit more time consuming. It's a bit more evolved. You have to be super careful, and that's why you guys see the majority of artists in the world that deal with comic related stuff don't even mess with it. They don't want any part of it. And that's why they will often, tell you no, thank you when it comes to you guys asking about doing, actors and stuff and it's gotten, and it is one of those things that has definitely gotten more requests over the last 15 years because there are so many Marvel and DC movies, etc., that have come out. So you got a lot more people, asking for those types of things. So, And that is why, some artists are trying to do it, and they're doing okay. But you got a lot of artists that they just like, no, I don't do portraits. But that is why, in case you're ever wondering. Because when you sit down, like a lot of people don't know this, when you sit down to draw a portrait of some actor, just doing a headshot in pencil, it can be anywhere between 6 to 8 hours just on that headshot. Now, there are things you can learn to do that will help shorten that time a little bit. And that's kind of mixing a little bit of comic type art into that. And usually where you'll see that, and what I mean is they'll get the face, just this area, dead on. And then they'll do the hair a little bit more loose, a little bit more comic style, to save time. Or the costuming they're wearing will be a little bit more comic style. Like if you've ever seen me do Heath Ledger, long time ago, I did a Heath Ledger headshot in color that was portrait accurate, from hair to because it was like collarbone up, so some of the costume was in it, but it was very portrait accurate. That was 32 hours on that one piece. And most people don't want to pay you the kind of money it would cost to do that. That's why most comic artists do not do portraits in that sense or at all, because that one piece was 32 hours. And when you break 32, if you charge when you charge $300 back then, I think I may have charged like, $300 best case scenario for that piece. And when it takes you, and it's not 32 hours because it's a lack of experience or anything like that. That's just what it takes because it's so detailed and accurate. And then the coloring takes just as long. So you end up with this 32-hour window. But when you have, $300 for something, and you're taking 32 hours to do it, you made $9 an hour. That's what you made, $9 an hour. See what I mean? That's why most artists don't mess with it. And that's why the few artists out there who do portraits, whether it's colored pencil or acrylic paint or whatever they're using, whatever format, that's why when you see those like that have this photo realism to them, they're $600 pieces, $800 pieces. That's why. Because you have to think about the money if you're doing it like I did on that first one, you're losing so much money. It's ridiculous. Because think about how many head sketches I could have done comic related in 32 hours. And I don't mean 32 hours in the sense that an artist worked on it, an hour today, 2 hours tomorrow, and then he called that 32. I mean, physically sitting in front of a desk, because I don't count daytimes. Like if I'm working on a piece and I do 2 hours today and I do 2 hours tomorrow and I do 2 hours next week, I don't count that as the window from when I started to the window when it ended, like some artists do. I count it as physically sitting in front of that piece drawing. So, even though it took me a week to do it, I did it 2 hours a day. So, it took me 10 hours. You see what I'm saying? I count it that way. That's how you should legitimately count it. You don't count it as, oh, it took me a week to do that. No, the fuck it didn't. Like I hear artists, what's up, Ed? I hear artists say that shit all the time. How long did that take? Oh man, I worked on that for about a week. No, you didn't. You worked on it an hour here, 2 hours there, 3 hours here, an hour there. You probably had 6 hours in that piece. But sadly, a lot of people will word shit that way. Now, obviously, sometimes airbrushing, you can see stuff be a little bit more realism. And they can take upwards of, close to 30 hours to do. Now, a lot of people have started light boxing that type of shit. The majority of airbrush artists that are out there now, they don't hand draw anything. It's light boxed, which is why you almost never see them drawing comic characters. They want to do the, you know, the Jack Nicholson Joker, or they want to do the Bruce or the Christian Bale Batman. They want to do these photo type pieces, and that's all light box. And then or they want to do the Brandon Lee Crow. They don't want to do the comic version. They want to, because it's all light box, and it saves a tremendous exactly, Jim. It saves a tremendous amount of time doing that. So, and now don't get me wrong, the same thing applies to people that are drawing portraits of people. Even if you're using markers to color it, or color pencils, or you're leaving it black and white pencil, people will use light boxes to do it because time is money. I mean, shit, even Drew Struzan, the movie poster extraordinaire who passed away last year, who did all the movie posters for Indiana Jones and Star Wars and all of that shit. He used a projector to trace all the character images onto a canvas to paint it. Now, that doesn't take away from the work that people still had to do, because he just drew, people, when they light box a portrait of a real person, they're just doing it to save that time. Yes, they can or they should be able to draw it, but now some people can't, and they're using a light box to do a shortcut, which is why they never do commissions at shows. They never do comic style drawing. It has to be that light box thing. So but like Drew said when he was doing the interview, people were like, well, aren't you worried people are going to consider that tracing? And he was like, well, I mean, it is. He's like, but I mean, I can sit down and draw those people, which is where you want to be. That's the argument you have to have. I can sit down and spend 6 hours drawing that face, but I have 5 other faces to put on that canvas, and then I still have to paint it and add all the highlights and the shadows and the texturing and everything. So he, like he said on the interview, I use the projector to draw the pencil line of each one of the actors' faces to get it accurate and do it speedily, in a fast time frame, and then I have to paint it. So he's still doing a shitload of work. So the same applies for people that are doing that. But even when you light box, like Heath Ledger's face or Harrison Ford as Indiana Jones, it's just an outline. You still have to go in there and you have to color it, or you have to pencil it. Like, even if you're leaving it in raw pencil, you still have to go in there and build up all the pencil marks, all the shadows, all the lighting, all the texturing, everything. So still another shitload of hours when it comes to portraits. But like I said, most people don't want to pay those prices. So you have to kind of figure out a way to do it, which if you'll go and look at any of the portraits I've done of characters, whether it's horror characters or, comic actor characters, you'll notice like this section right here is very dead on to who they are. And then the hair and the clothing and stuff's a little bit more of comic style. That'll save you a tremendous amount of time, and it allows you to get the cost down a little bit so people can afford to get something like that when they want a Jack Nicholson Joker or Heath Ledger, or they want, Art the Clown or whomever. So there's little shortcuts you can do. Some artists learn that, some don't, but yeah, that'll help you a little. But yeah, it's so time consuming. Like I said, there's a reason, 95% of the art community in the comic world will not draw portraits. It's even cutting the shortcuts that you can do to try to speed things up is still extremely time consuming. And that's one of the reasons, like, if you'll ever notice, like you watch these live videos on YouTube and stuff, or these videos on YouTube, you'll see people go live and they'll draw a comic Batman headshot, spend an hour, because you can't. But if you'll notice, if you ever look at anything real life related portraits, you're every single one of those videos are sped up. They're like 100 times the normal speed. So a 30-hour window's crammed into a 2-minute video or a minute video because they sped it up so much, or they edited a lot of the shit. That's why you don't really see those. If you ever try to look up, how to draw Batman, you'll see tons of videos that are an hour, hour and a half long of people drawing Batman headshots, comic book style, in real time. But you try to look up like, let me see a Heath Ledger realism portrait. It's sped up, 100, 200 times the normal speeds just so they can fit it in a damn 2-minute video. That's how crazy it is. Sadly, Elvira won't be going anywhere. But you need to go grab a spot for that damn Batman raffle. Y'all better go grab a spot on that damn Batman raffle. And you damn sure need to go grab a spot on that raffle for the original art for my New York Comic-Con exclusive. Where the hell are all the damn Psycho South fans at? I normally don't put Psycho South covers up for sale. So there you go. You better go get it. But no, Elvira's that one won't be going anywhere. So yeah, there's there's ways. There's ways to shortcut things to help move it along. Same thing with drawing Transformers and Terminator and things like that. There's ways to to kind of shortcut certain things there, to help move those along, because they are. When you start drawing, robots, Transformers, Terminator, Robotech, etc., that shit is like, especially if you try to do it like hardcore detailed wise, holy shit. If you've ever looked up any of those guys on YouTube that draw like almost like the Michael Bay versions of Transformers, hot damn, man, it's lines on top of lines. And now for me, I don't like those. I don't care for, like, there's a guy who's very well known for drawing the Transformer stuff. God, what was his name? He's got a YouTube channel. He draws a lot of the Transformer stuff. Oh my God. What the hell is his name? Something box office artist or something. And he does incredible Transformers. I don't like them. Like I can appreciate them for what they are, but I don't like them because it's too many lines. Like it's lines on top of lines on top of lines and gears on top of gears. Like, it reminds me of the Michael Bay shit. So when you stand back and you look at the finished product, you can't really make out what the hell it is because it's so many lines. Like, I get the point. He's doing it on this extreme level of detail, but you lose, the concept of what that character is. Let me see because I'm going to get off here in just a second. So I'm kind of done with this. So hang on a second. Let me see if I can pull up one of his and I'll show you. Like, I'll give you, where's one of his Transformers? Okay, like here. So here's an example. Great artist. Seems like a super nice guy. I've watched lots of his YouTube videos. But yeah, this is what I'm talking about. So you see what I mean? Like, you can't really tell where anything starts and anything ends. There's nothing that really, like, around the edges here, around his hand and everything, to separate his hands from his legs and his waist. There's nothing to separate it. When you look at the chest, it's just, in my personal opinion, it's insanely detailed, but you lose you lose a lot of what that character is and what items are what items on the character. Like I said, it's his level of detail, it is absolutely ridiculous. I mean, it's over the top crazy. Now, I was trying to find another sample of his just to see if there one a little bit varied. Um, and I'm sure there's other works he does that is just fine, that looks good. Um, trying to find something else. Sadly, when you Google somebody, it shows everybody else that's even tried to draw any damn thing he's drawn. So, um, I was wanting to find another sample. I'm trying to find one that's like, I want to make sure that if I show something that it's actually his and not somebody else's, and also I need to find like a clear image. Um, Now, obviously, now when it's colored, um, a lot of these images are blurred. You can't see the detail. All right, like here's another good example. Now, I'm sure, again, once they're colored, that's probably not an issue at all. But as far as I know, I don't think really much of his stuff is going to publication. Um, so, like, here's another example that he drew. Like, I mean, it's badass. I mean, it is ridiculously badass. But when you can't tell one character from another character, it all runs together. I think there's not enough gaps of white on the gear. Now, don't get it twisted. This guy will draw circles around me when it comes to Transformers. I can't touch it. Most people can't. The level of detail is ridiculous. It's insane. This isn't me trying to badmouth anybody. This guy will run circles around me when it comes to drawing Transformers or anything robotic, for damn sure, by a large margin. But I personally think if he left a bit more gaps on the material, on the body parts of separations of lines, I think it would let the characters stand out individually more instead of blurring into one another. Because when you look at this, there are actually 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's 7 people on this piece. 7 people, and 8 if you count Unicron at the very top. But you can tell, like, okay, so there's your good example. You see how on the Unicron at the top, you see these large panels of white that don't have lines on them? Look how, even though it's got a lot of detail in certain areas, there's certain areas that has these white, bigger areas with no lines on them. And you see how that separates everything, and you can read it very well. I think if he applied that to the figures down here, to where they had more gaps of white on their costuming and not lines on every single millimeter, you would be able to separate these characters visually when you glance at it from one another. But like I said, as far as skill level, it's ridiculous. I mean, the dude is definitely the robot guru, in my opinion. What's up, Glenn? And it's just insane. Oh, okay, awesome, Ed. Yeah, that's a good one to get on. I mean, that's a $800+ prize. Oh, thank you, Jim. Yep, I saw it. Thank you, brother. And everybody can nitpick everybody's art. You know what I mean? I mean, I'm sure people can tear my art apart. Even I can. There's lots of flaws in my art. I mean, you got to remember, I've only been drawing now for about a little over 8 years. Prior to that, I hadn't picked a pencil up in like 10+ years, if not longer. So there's shitloads of stuff I'm still learning. And of course I do headshots better than most. And as far as my work is concerned, my headshots are usually the best of my abilities. I mean, you see what I mean? I mean, my headshots are ridiculous. My full bodies and stuff, they definitely could use a little bit more work, and they'll get better over time. Now my dark, creepy characters are usually much better than my other stuff. My female stuff tends to be a little bit better. Oh, that's not mine. Sorry, that was Arturo's. So we all have our strengths, and we all have our stuff that we're very passionate about. So when it comes to, and it also pertains to time. When I have, so you'll notice a lot of my stuff, when I'm able to work on it in my own free time, which I don't get a lot of, which means that's why it takes me longer to do my personal projects. But when I get to work on stuff where I can do 2 hours today, 3 hours tomorrow, an hour the next day, or whatever till it's done, and it's not rushed, there's no hardcore deadline, my stuff looks like this. My stuff looks like this or this. These are all samples. Now, don't get me wrong. I mean, I'm happy with my other stuff too. But when you have to have a cover done in a couple of days so it can go to colors, things are going to be a little bit more rushed than something that you have months to work on, or weeks to work on, or days to work on. Most of my projects, whether it's for Image Comics, Dynamite, or even indie stuff, it's a very tight window that I have to get stuff done. So you got to keep that in mind. And so a lot of times, sometimes I've heard people say about my artwork, oh, that's not mine. He does a lot of these straightforward shots and these, or he does a lot of these headshots type stuff for covers. Well, I mean, I do those for two reasons. The straight ons, that's not mine. The straight ons and the headshots and things like this, those are my strong points. So as an artist, you do want to lean into your strong points while you're learning stuff in other areas. So you do want to lean into it, but you do gotta work on other things too, which is why you'll see me do different poses sometimes for covers. Like here's a good example, or this kind of 3/4 shot with her. But like I said, you do want to lean into your strong things, but obviously things that I can work on with zero pressure, zero deadline, it's going to look a bit more involved and a bit more over the top than something that has a super strict deadline that I need to get done and I need to get out the door, and I can't sit there and nitpick. Well, the same thing works with commissions. When artists are doing commissions for you guys, you got to keep that in mind too. If you're stressing that fucking artist out every other day, wanting to know an update, wanting to see where you're at, and you've been on the commission list for fucking 2 weeks, it's going to cause them to want to rush shit and get it out the door because they don't want anybody upset with them. And they got to move on to other shit. So always keep that in mind. If you're an indie creator and you're wanting people to do covers for you, try to give them a huge window, to get it done. Now, to be fair, do most artists take advantage of them having a month to get a cover done or more? Nope. They'll wait. Sadly, the majority of artists will wait till the last damn week before that damn cover is done before they'll start on it. And then that's why it still feels rushed and looks that way. Now, sometimes that may be all the time they can spare. Now, so again, it varies from artist to artist. Is that artist super busy? Are they constantly dropping cover work and commission work and traveling posts for shows? So that'll play into it. Even though you might be giving them a month to get a cover done, they might have 2 or 3 covers ahead of you, plus 3 or 4 travel events ahead of you. So you got to keep that in mind. You got to remember, when you're dealing with a professional published cover artist that is busy, that travels the con circuit every single month all year long. They're not sitting around twiddling their thumbs waiting on you to order something and then they can immediately go jump. Like I've had moments where people have ordered commissions from me and I tell everybody up front, hey, bud, I'll get to your commission as soon as I can. You know, you're coming in on the middle of the list. You're coming in on the end of the list, whatever the case may be. I always tell them, I tell them, it might be a month before I get to your piece. It might be 2 months, if not more. It depends on when you get on the commission list. It depends on what spot you're on and how many people are ahead of you. It'll depend are we in the middle of heavy con season and I'm out of town 2 to 3 weekends out of a 4-weekend month. So all of that plays into it. So you do have to be patient. You do have to be understanding. And if you can avoid it, try not to rush people. But like I said, don't play no bullshit games with people either. Don't be waiting 3 years to get a commission. I don't give a shit who the artist is or what they do in the industry. Waiting 2+ years for a commission, in my personal opinion, is bullshit. Especially when you start knocking on the 2.5 to 3 year mark. I'm calling bullshit. And I don't care who they are. Because like I said, if people like myself who are, and I'm not meaning this as an ego thing, but you guys see how busy some of us are, even though we're new professionals in the sense of things, even though I've been here 8 years, I'm still relatively new in the greater scheme of things. You've got people that's been here 30 years and more. But even in my case, you guys see how busy we are with all the travel, all the commissions, all the cover work. We're constantly dropping covers and projects. So keep that in mind. But again, don't let people jerk you around either. If you're knocking on that 2.5 to 3 year mark for a damn commission owed to you, start asking for a hard deadline or your money back. Like I said, too many artists do abuse that shit. But you do got to be mindful. I always tell people a good rule of thumb: if you get on a professional artist commission list and you've been on there less than a month, you don't need to be asking for an update. I'm just going to be blunt. If you're dealing with a busy professional artist, and you see what they're doing, like they're constantly promoting, they're constantly posting, like what's going on for the most part. To be honest, if you're on their commission list less than 2 months, you really shouldn't worry about it. That's my opinion. Don't rush them if you don't have to. I think the longest I've had someone on my commission list was a year, right at a year. And to be fair, though, that was also someone that was like, hey, don't worry about me. I see everything else you got going. You just get to mine when you can. And what I would do is work on it a little bit here, a little bit there. And then when I got it close to done, I would just take a moment and wrap it up. But I think that was somewhere around 10 months or 11 months. But it was someone that was constantly said, hey, don't worry about me, and I appreciated that. Trust me. Because once you hit like March for us, it usually starts in February. Like I've got 2 shows in February. I think I have 4 shows in March. Then another 2 or 3 after that, and then so on and so on. So usually it kicks off around February. Because I travel the hell out of the con circuit. I'm gone every single month. From February to November, between 2 to 4 shows per month. Usually it's 2 to 3. There's a 4 shows sprinkled in there a couple times a year. But on average, it's 2 shows a month or 3 shows a month from February to November. And then, this past year, I did a show in December. And then this month, I did a show in January. I normally don't do shows in December and January. So everything's subject to change also. Then on top of that, when you're dealing with a busy artist, I'm dropping 15 books a year between my own projects and other people's projects to image exclusives, Dynamite, Kickstarters, etc. I think we dropped, what did we drop last year? Somewhere between 15 to 20 books published. I think it's around 15. And that's what I've averaged every single year, pretty much for 6 years. You know, it was very, but it was somewhere around that 15 mark per year. Especially once we started doing, I mean, shit, we dropped we dropped 3 copies of Psycho Sal a year just on Psycho Sal. Then we throw in Curse Moonlight, then we throw in Rise of the Mummy this past year. Then you think about all the other Kickstarters I've done covers for Path of Pale Rider, Omni Servo, Floaters, all these other books. I mean, to give you a good example, take 180 published books. What is that? 180 divided by let's see, we just hit the 8 years, so we'll call it 7. Shit. No, we counted as 80 because we just hit 8-year mark this month, January. So 180 published books divided by 8. That's 22 and a half books a year. See what I mean? So 22 and a half books a year. And I've been heavy in the con circuit since year 2. So 6 years of heavy con circuit. No, 7 years, because the first year I had a few shows, and then I really started going balls out the second year on. So 7 years of heavy con circuit, averaging, let's just make it easy math and call it 2 shows a month. That's 24 shows in a year. See what I mean? 24 shows per month on average. Oh, I'm sorry, per year. 24 shows per year on average for 7 years, and technically 22 published covers per year. See what I mean? So not all artists are the same. So, Joe Blow that never goes to shows, that never hardly ever does published work, and it sits at home 90% of the year, they're sitting around twiddling their thumbs in a lot of cases. So now when you see that scenario, don't tolerate no damn 6 months to a year from them. If you see an artist that you just like their artwork, and they're casually doing this, they don't travel to shows, they don't do this or that, they're not dropping tons of published covers, they're not constantly posting commissions where they've been doing commission work, don't tolerate no long drawn out window for them. Give them 2 months to give you your artwork and ask where my artwork is. Yeah, no problem, man. Thank you, Jim. I appreciate it, man. Yeah, I'm about to get off here too. And I need to answer some emails and some PMs and stuff. But yeah, thank you guys for hanging out with me. I'm going to wrap up the Harley Quinn print sometime tonight or tomorrow. I'm going to be jumping back on commissions tomorrow. So I'll be back over there. I worked on some this morning, but I'll be back on that tomorrow. I still have 2. I just finished 2 covers, 3. Oh, that's right. I just finished a cover for Crit also. So that's 3 covers that I finished this week. Now I've been working on them, over the last couple weeks, but I just finished them this week. So there's 3 covers, and I still have 2 more covers to do. See what I mean? But anyway, thank you guys so much. Thank you for the love and support. Congrats to the winners for the giveaways. I will get those in the mail to you guys probably tomorrow or either Monday. I think most of the mail is going to go out Monday, because I kind of don't want to risk the mail during this whole ice storm shit that's coming. I don't really want to risk that. All this shit's supposed to be gone by Monday, and then it's just stuff melting. So I may wait and ship everything out Monday. I'd like to say, I don't really care to ship during holidays, and I don't really care to ship when it's going to be days of really bad weather. But anyway, you guys have a great day. Love you. Be good. Talk to you later.